Hey everyone! I am back with a new video this week, and this is going to be a current favorites video. I know I tend to do these kind of art material favorite videos at the end of every year, but I've been wanting to do monthly favorites, except my favorites don't really change monthly, so instead I am going to be doing a current favorites. So I'll also be including in this video art material favorites as well as art inspiration favorites. So things like music that I'm currently loving or artists that I'm currently loving as well. Basically anything that inspires me and that might inspire you as well. So yeah, with that said, let's get started. So the first item that I am currently loving is this sketchbook, which is the Reno Art A5 hardbound sketchbook. You guys know how much I love this. I've mentioned it in a recent sketchbook tour video, and as much as I love this sketchbook, it's not actually why it's in this video. My actual fave is the way I'm using it, which is my catch-all journal. Like before, I used this as an art journal and I had a separate writing journal, but for this one I decided to combine those into this one sketchbook. So on the left is where I write feelings and thoughts, and then on the right is where I sketch and draw, and yeah. The next item is what I use along with my sketchbook, which is the Sakura Koi Watercolors Pocket Field Sketchbox. And this was actually a gift that I received from Mira Byler. I'll also link Mira's channel in the description box, but I'm sure you guys already follow her and you also know about her art channel. But yeah, I mean, I love this. It's so compact and it's got the mixing palette already there, and it also came with a water brush, which I also love using. It's pretty much perfect to use for my sketches. Speaking of watercolors, the next item is the Kohinoor Brilliant watercolors in the set of 12, and it's just so vibrant, and it's also light fast, so that means my paintings will last a long time. So it comes in these discs. The cover is the mixing palette, and the first disc contains the reds and greens, and the second disc contains the blues and browns. Still in the category of watercolors, my new love is this DIY or do-it-yourself watercolor palette. I guess that's what I'm calling it. And I used these plastic medicine container or pillbox, which I got from a $2 shop, and instead of using it for its intended purpose, I decided to mix paints inside each box. And I really love how the colors turned out. The paints are actually quite pigmented, and they are by the brand Montmartre. The next item is a new addition to my art supplies, and it is an instant favorite. It is this porcelain watercolor mixing palette, and it is actually a dip dish. I got it from the thrift store or the op shop, and it was in their kitchen section, and I got it because I read up on an artist's post on Instagram that mixing watercolors on porcelain is so much better than mixing on plastic palettes. I accidentally found this one, and so I thought, why not just buy it and give it a try? And they are right. It definitely has a different feel when you're mixing on this, and yeah, that's why I really like it. The next item is the Pentel color brush in black, and yeah, this probably wouldn't have ended up on my favorites list if it was just the original Pentel color brush, but this one has been pimped, revamped, I don't know what the right word is, but it no longer contains the original ink. And I actually found a hack on YouTube of how to refill this pen with bottled ink, which works so well for me because this ink has become neglected, but after finding out that you can refill the Pentel brush pen with bottled ink, then I have found a new way to use this ink, and I also feel like I got more use out of the Pentel brush pen since I love the bristles of this pen, so yeah, it's a win-win situation, and I mainly actually use these for my sketches. Last for the art materials is, or are, these Prismacolor Premier Color Pencils, which is another art material that I've actually been neglecting in the past, but I finally found a way to incorporate them with watercolors and also with my current style. So yeah, I can't wait to share in a speed paint video how I use these. And yeah, for art inspirations, I recently just bought these two books, which are the Rembrandt, The Complete Paintings 1 and 2 by Christopher Brown. And I just, first of all, I love the fact that it's an old book. I don't know, I love the smell of books, old and new, so this was an instant favorite. And I also just like browsing through it, and yeah. But what I also plan on using this for is for reference. I want to do more studies from famous artists since I don't do those a lot, so I feel like it'll be really helpful with the techniques that they use so that I could incorporate it into the techniques that I'm going to use. And yeah, for music, the songs I've really been listening to are from musicals or Broadway musicals. There's Hamilton, which is a definite favorite. I've listened to it for years, and I am still listening to it, so. I also really like Dear Evan Hansen. I mean, that album, every song is just so amazing. Balaga and The Abduction, which are both from Natasha Pierre and The Great Comet of 1812, which is another Broadway musical. And yeah, those two songs, when they come on, it is so hard not to get hyped or to even dance to them. It's just so energetic and so fun to listen to. That's why I really like them. For movies, my current favorite is actually The Last 5 Years, which is not a new movie. It was made in 2014, but I just recently watched it, so I guess it's current. And yeah, I just love it so much. I instantly fell in love. It's also a movie musical based on a Broadway musical, and it stars Anna Kendrick and Jeremy Jordan, and the songs are amazing as well. The way that the story was told was really creative in my opinion, and I think that's what really drew me into that movie. And yeah, and lastly, for my favorites, I am naming 3 artists that I currently love or have really inspired me. And the first one is actually On Marwin, and I mentioned her in my previous video. I'll also link her Instagram once again in the description box. I mean, you guys seriously need to check her out. So this artist pretty much inspired some really cool illustration techniques, and I actually tried some of her techniques in my recent artwork called In Your Arms, and also in my recent video, which was the Sketchbox review and demonstration. The next artist also has an amazing style, and to be honest, I actually aspire to have the same aesthetic as this artist. And the last artist is another one who has inspired me, especially with the way that I do my art journaling. And she also actually has a YouTube channel, so that will also be in the description along with her Instagram link. And her journal spreads and her writing, those are definitely amazing and very inspiring. I also aspire to achieve that kind of level with my art journals and also with my writing. So once again, all of these artists' links are in the description box below. And yeah, those are my current favorites, and I know I didn't mention a whole lot of art materials in this video, but these are the newish items that I currently love using, and I'll most likely do another art materials video at the end of the year, doing like a recap of the art materials that I used for the whole year. And I also hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more videos. Also, check out my links in the description box, and don't forget to share this video as well. And thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next one.